talk about the army, oh, I just had a moment. I just had a moment. Andrew spoke about the Pledge of Allegiance. And when you're enlisted in the army, first thing you do is to do the Pledge of Allegiance. This morning, it's amazing that Lon spoke about reading Proverbs, and he said, live in peace and safety. And Missy talked about International Women's Day. And I'm going to be talking about a woman today who got enlisted in God's army. This woman, she's a 25-year-old woman. Her name is Sherry. And Sherry was very troubled. She was living a life of hopelessness, and she really was concerned about her life. She spoke with her friends. Her friends would console her, but later on she went back into that state of despair. One day she was walking by a church and she heard, a lot of things, a lot of noise coming from that church. So she was curious and she went by. As she stepped in, she heard the speaker reading a poem. And it went like this. I have seen them everywhere. I've seen them on the streets and in my dreams. I've seen them in the nightclubs and in the cinemas. Haunting faces. Faces of lost people. Lost people. And it seems to me that all the world is filled with them. Lost people. People living purposeless and unfulfilled. Sidetracked down the many safe, sterile, and inorganic alleys that litter a hungry world. And he said, what can we do for them? Lost people, hungry people, wanting what they cannot tell, just wanting too much to see what they really want. When Sherry heard that, she started weeping. She started weeping uncontrollably. One of the greeters came over to her and asked her, what's wrong with you, lady? How can I help you? Before she could respond to this, the speaker said, is there anyone here who can relate to this point? Sherry, without any hesitation, walked up to the podium. She said, me. The speaker said, are you ready to enlist in God's army? She said, yes, what do I need to do? She said, first, you have to believe. That's the first thing you have to do. Next, you have to take off your civilian clothes and put on God's army clothes. Wow, Sherry said, what does that mean? Okay, one of the greeters came by, took her over to a room that had a closet. In that closet, there were garments written with joy written all over. There was another one with a label marked unconditional love. Another one just folded nicely in the corner over there. Patience. And then kindness was written on a bracelet that was the accessory for the garments. The shoes was branded faithfulness. The undergarment was written all across it, gentleness. The outer garment, which was bright red, was so engrossed with the content of the closet, she started comparing her wardrobe with the army's wardrobe. She had clothes that looked good and fashionable, but after wearing them, she always felt loneliness, brokenheartedness, abandonment, despair, and uselessness. So when she compared her current wardrobe with Jesus' wardrobe, she was more excited about Jesus' wardrobe. Sherry wanted to know how she could protect her new wardrobe because this was more exciting. The speaker told her she should put on the full armor of God so that she could take her stand against the devil's schemes of loneliness and despair and hopelessness. He said to her, stand firm with the belt of truth, the word of God buckled around your waist, with the breastplate of righteousness in place, and your feet fitted with readiness that comes from the gospel of peace. She should take the shield of faith, the helmet of salvation, and the sword of the Spirit on all occasions. Pray at all times, he said, everywhere and for everything. How exciting it could be if all lost people decided to enlist in God's army. They sure would find new clothes